Good evening, students. Next standard says today topic is crop production. Yes, what is crops? Yes, we need food for survive. Sit. Yes, green plants are make their own food using the process called photosynthesis. In photosynthesis process, the plants are produce our food. They produce the food with the help of photosynthesis process. Yes, we are the producer of food. Human beings are not the producer of the food. Not the producer. We are not the producer. Then who is the producer? Yes, plants and animals are the producer of the food. So, plants and animals are the producer of food. Okay. So, in that manner, animals and humans cannot make their own food. So, humans and animals are direct or indirectly depend on the plants. So we need energy for each and every action. Who give the energy? Yes, food only give the energy. Food give the energy. So, energy from the food is used by the organism and their the various body functions. So, plants and animals are the main source of food for all the organism. Plant and animals are the food producer or the main source of food for all the organisms. So, they provide the food materials. So, basically, the population level is higher compared to before 50 years or before 100 years. The population level is higher. The population level is in peak. Because of the population level, we want to product more food materials. So, the larger population, production, proper planning and managements and the distribution of the food is needed in order to provide a food for all peoples. Yes, each and everyone need the food. Without food, we can't survive in this earth. So, it is a very big challenge for farmers who handle the production of the food items means farmers. Farmers are the producer. Farmers are make the food items. So farmers face the challenging of producing of sufficient crops for the vast difference of the population. The growing demand while maintaining the quality and quantity are essential. So we want the there are a lot of opportunity to produce the crop materials, but we need good quality, better quality, and the quantity also. So, in that manner, agriculture research institution are developing new technology to help the farmers increase the productivity. Yes, we need the productivity increase. How the productions are increased means agricultural institutions are help to the farmers. So in how they are helped means the farmers, because of the increase of the production, increase of production of crops. Agricultural institutions are help to the farmers how the productions are improved, increase, how the good quality material will be harvest in that manner. So in this part, we are going to learn what are the practices of agriculture. That is agricultural practices. So agriculture is the backbone of our country. That's the basic concept. Yes, in India, agriculture is the backbone. How the backbone is the important organ in our body. In that same manner, agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy. The economy development is depend the agriculture. So the the economic level is improved depends upon the agriculture. So agriculture is always been the backbone of our country. So how the agriculture, how we want to improve the crop production means, yes, the government introduced the green revolution. What is green revolution? Yes, green revolution is nothing but we want to improve the crop production. Such a good manner. We want to do some important thing, or the revolution means the exact meaning of revolution means the higher quality material will be produced with the help of all the agriculture institution and the farmer side also. So the green revolution means the cultivating different types of crops in the matter of increasing the demand. So in our country, we are following three categories of crops or growth. First thing, revolution means we have been cultivating the different types of crops. Different types of crops to cater the increasing the demand. So how we compensate the scarcity? The another term, demand means scarcity. Okay. So in that manner, we want to follow the three categories of crops. That is Kharif, Rabi, and then Sayed. Kharif, Rabi, and then Sayed. First one is Kharif crops. So Kharif crops are the crops which are sown in the rainy season. The season is rainy season. Rainy season means in the month of June to September. June to September season is called as a rainy season. In that time, we want to produce more Kharif crop materials. What are the Kharif crops? Examples of the Kharif crops are paddy, maize, soya bean, and then groundnut, and cotton. So these are all the examples of Kharif crops. So our country follow the three categories of crops to grow. So first variety is Kharif. Kharif crops means the season of Kharif crops is rainy season in the month of June to September. The crops which are sown in the rainy season are called Kharif crops. The crops which are sown in the rainy season are called Kharif crops. What is Kharif crops means? The crop which are sown in the rainy season are called Kharif crops. So the season of rainy season means June to September. What are the Kharif crop plants means? Paddy, maize and soya bean, groundnut and cotton. So this is the first variety. And then second one is Rabi. Second variety is Rabi crops. Yes, Rabi crop means, sorry, the crops grown in winter season. The crops grown in winter season is called as winter season are called Rabi crops. What are the crops are grown in Rabi period means wheat, gram, and pea varieties, and then mustard. So these are all the examples of Rabi crops. So the crops grown in winter season, the month of October to March. October to March period is called winter season. The crops grown in winter season are called Rabi crops. What are the crops are grown in Rabi period? Wheat, gram, pea and mustard. So what is Rabi crops? Crops grown in winter season. Winter season means October to March period. So that period crops are called as Rabi. So next one is Sayed. Another variety is Sayed crops. Sayed crop means that is summer crops. The crops which are grown in summer season. The crops which are grown in summer season are called Sayed crops. So, what is Sayed crops? The crops which are grown in summer season are called Sayed crops. That is summer period. So, what are the crops are grown in that period? Muskmelon, watermelon, and cucumber. Yes, in summer season, we need more water only. So, these are all the water content materials. Water content materials are muskmelon, watermelon, and cucumbers. These three items are contains more water. More amount of water is present in these three items. Because of the summer means the temperature level is increased on that time. So the water will be evaporated from our body. So we need more amount of water to regain the energy. Our energy also lost in that time. We want to gain the energy means we want to take more amount of water. Which items are give amount of water level is increased means we are taking, when we want to take muskmelon, watermelon and cucumber, these items are gives more amount of water to increase our body level. So the crops which are grown in summer season are called Sayed crops. Examples of Sayed crop is muskmelon, watermelon and cucumber. Now we want to share the pictures. So this is the Sayed crop varieties. Watermelon and then muskmelon, cucumber and then bitter gourd, also the Sayed crop varieties. Yes, these three items are contains more amount of water. We are taking juices from this watermelon and muskmelon during the summer season, is it? And next one is Rabi and then Kharif. What are the varieties of Rabi crops? Wheat, peas, grams, and mustard. Wheat, peas, gram, and mustards are the examples of Rabi variety crops. And another one is Kharif. Kharif variety crops. Kharif crops are rice, groundnuts, rahi, and soya bean. Rice, groundnut, rahi, and soya beans are the Kharif variety crops. Okay, so these are all the three categories of crop varieties. Okay, and further we want to classify the crops according to the utility of the class utility, because what are the another varieties are food crops, fodder crops, fiber crops, oil crops, and then ornamental crops. These are all the some more varieties of crops. What are they? First one, food crops. Food crop varieties. What are the food crop means? Paddy and maize are cultivated for the human consumption. Paddy and maize. These two are our main food items. We are preparing different varieties of rices and the tiffin items with the help of paddy and maize only. Different kinds of varieties of rices and the tiffin items, idli, dosa, chapati, buri, bread items. These are all prepared with the help of paddy and maize only. So, paddy and the maize are cultivated for the human consumption. Yes, we consume more amount of paddy and rice each and every day. And next one is fodder crops. So fodder crop means these are all used for the livestock consumption, that is sorghum and millets. These are also the important varieties. Sorghum and millet varieties also we need. And next one is fiber crops. What are the fiber crops? Fiber crop means they are used for the cordage and the textiles. Yes, cotton and the hemp. These two also very essential. Yes, we are manufacturing different kinds of textiles materials, synthetic and as well as natural. Cotton is the natural varieties of textiles. Yeah? So the fiber crop varieties means these crops are used for the cordage and the textiles. And next one is oil crops. Oil also one of the important food variety. Yes, oil crops are useful in the large scale of consumption each and every day our life. Yes, what are the examples are? Groundnut and then sesame. So these two are the important oil crops. Oil crops also useful in our day-to-day life. Oil seeds, groundnut oil and then coconut oil, sesame oil are the important oil varieties. And next one is ornamental crops. Ornamental crop varieties. What is ornamental crop varieties? Yes, these are utilized for the landscape gardening. Landscape gardening purpose, we want to cultivate the ornamental crops. Example, crotons and bougainvillea. So these are all the examples of ornamental crops we want to maintain the landscape gardening. So according to our usages, we want to classify the some more varieties of crops, that is food crops, fodder crops, fiber crops, oil crops, and the ornamental crops. Food crop means paddy and the maize or the important consumption of our regular life. Fodder varieties means examples are sorghum and millets useful for livestock consumption. Fiber crops are used to prepare the textiles, our dress material. Okay, so examples are cotton and hemp. Oil crops, oil seeds. Each and every day we are using different varieties of oil in our regular life, day-to-day life. So in that manner, we want to grow different kinds of oil crops, that is groundnut and sesame. Ornamental means it lies for the landscape gardening purpose. Example, croton and bougainvillea. So next one is basic practices of crop production. What is the basic production? Sorry, basic practices. What are the basic practices of crop production? What are the basic practices? Yes, different activities. The crop productions are ploughing, sowing, applying fertilizer, harvesting, and the seed storage. Okay, these are all the practices of the crop production. So, first category is soil preparation. Soil preparation is the first stage of the practices of crop production. Yes, the soil is the important property to product the crops. Most important aspect in agricultural process is the soil. Yes, the loosened soil is the important category of the production. So the loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworm and the soil microbes. So organism add humus, the soil are friendly to the farmers. Plants are absorb water, minerals, and different kinds of nutrients from the air and the soil also. So the roots are absorb different varieties of minerals, nutrients content, and water also. So plants absorb what are the materials? Water, minerals, and nutrients materials. With the help of root, water, minerals, and the nutrients and air from the soil through the roots. Yes, the root only absorb all the important materials. Yes, the root absorb the water and mineral content and the nutrients also. So different kinds of nutrients are present in air and the soil also. So the root absorb all the materials. So in that manner, the essential to we want to prepare the soil in a proper way before starting the cultivation practice. So that is called as soil preparation. How the soil is prepared? Yes, in the method of ploughing. Ploughing or tilling, the process of loosening and the turning of the soil up and down. First stage of the soil preparation is ploughing. In ploughing process, we want to plough the soil. Ploughing or tilling in the process of loosening the soil. Loosening and turning the soil up and down. to facilitate and the availability of nutrients in the root zone of the cultivating crop. So what is ploughing means? Ploughing is the process of loosening and turning the soil up and down. So what are the machines? So the following are the few importance of the implements for the field preparation: plough, hoe, cultivator, leveling, and then basal manuring. First one is plough. Yes, plough means mainly used for the tilling the soil. Plough is used to till the soil to add the fertilizer to the crop and remove the weeds and other waste materials from the field. So, what is the main concept for the ploughing is used for tilling the soil and as well as to add the fertilizer to the crops. Fertilizer to the crops and then remove the weeds. This concept also important. So different waste plants are in that field means we want to remove that plants. That waste plants are called as weeds, and so the weeds and other waste materials from the weed are also turned the soil. So in ploughing method, we want to till the soil and add fertilizer to the crops and remove the weeds from the field. So plough is made of wood material. Yes, the plough is made of wood and it is drawn by a pair of bulls or horses. So it contains a strong and sharp triangular iron bone for the plough share. So main part of the plough means the wood is called the plough shaft and the other end is attached to the beam which is placed the bull's neck. Plough shaft. This plough shaft is joined to the beam of that bull's neck. So with the help of bulls and then plough shaft, we want to plough the soil in the field. Next one is hoe. Hoe is a simple tool used to till the land. Second one is hoe. Hoe is a simple tool till the soil. Okay, we want to ploughing the soil means we want to use the hoe. Simple tool which is used to till the land, remove the weeds and dig up the soil also. With the help of hoe, remove the weeds and dig up the soil also. Dig up the soil, okay, in the field. So nowadays, the long wooden rod with a bent iron plate and one end, the other end may be attached to an animal's. So hoe is a simple tool used to till the land and then remove the weeds and dig up the soil also. Okay. So next one is cultivator. What is cultivator? Cultivator means or driven the tractor. Cultivator is the or driven by a tractor. Cultivators also kill the weeds and dig up unwanted vegetations, unwanted weeds. So also kill the weeds, remove the weeds and kill the weeds and dig up the soil. So nowadays the ploughing is done by the tractor driven cultivator. So the use of the cultivator saves the labor and the time also. What is the use of cultivator means? Save labor and time also, because this machine easily remove the weeds and dig the soil up and down. Okay. Next one is leveling concept. Next one is leveling. What is leveling? Once the field is ploughed, the topsoil is definitely loosed. So the field is ploughed means automatically the soil will be turned into loosened condition. So the leveling of the soil is done with a implement is called as leveler. So the heavy wooden or iron plank is used for the leveling of the soil. The iron plank is used to level the soil. Leveling of the field also helps to the uniform distribution of water during the irrigation. What are the uses of leveling? So, leveling helps in uniform distribution. Uniform distribution of water during the irrigation time. So, leveling process will help in uniform distribution of water during the irrigation. So, leveling is the important process for the practices of the crop productions. Next one is basal manuring. What is basal manuring? Yes, this concept also very important because manuring means adding manure to be the soil. Add some manure. Add some manure. So, on what purpose we want to add some manure means manure contains many nutrition required for the growth of crop plants. Yes. What purpose we want to add the manure means growth of plants. Manures are improve the growth of plants. Okay. So to increase the fertility of the soil, we add manure to the soil even before the sowing because it gets properly incorporated to the soil. When we want to add some green manure means definitely enhance the growth and the yield of the crops. Yes, we add some green manure means it will help to the growth and the yield of crops. Yes, what is the uses of the basal manuring means it will enhance growth of plants and the yield of the crops also. Yield of crops. So in this purpose, we want to implement the basal manuring in the field. Okay. So what are the concepts we learned in this session means first one to introduction topic and then what is agricultural practices depends on the population. We want to implement different kinds of categories of crops. So the governments are divided the crop varieties into three, that is Kharif, Rabi, and the Syed crops. And then according to our usages, we want to classify some more varieties, that is food crops, fodder crops, fiber crops, soil crops, and the ornamental crops. So these are all the varieties of crops. And the next heading is what are the practices we want to need for the crop production. First one is soil preparation. In soil preparation, first stage is ploughing, and then how we want to plough the field means plough the help of plough, hoe, cultivator, and leveling, and then basal manuring. So these are all the practices of the crop production. The second heading is sowing of seeds and then adding manure and fertilizer. So further topics we want to discuss in next class. Before that, I want to explain one simulation. Yes, with the help of this simulation, we can understand what are the varieties of crops. Yes, Syed crops, Rabi crops, and then Kharif crops. These are all the varieties of crops. The varieties of crops pictures are given here. We want to match the proper boxes. First one is Syed crops. What are the Syed crops? Yes, summer season varieties, that is watermelon and then muskmelon and cucumber. So these are all the Syed crop varieties. Next one is Rabi crop. Is that right, students? Yes, summer season varieties. Summer season crops are called as Syed crops. That is watermelon, muskmelon, and then cucumber. Next one is Rabi crops. What are the Rabi crops? Yes, think wheat and then peas. And next one is rubber and then barley. So these are all the Rabi crop varieties. Remaining are Kharif crops. Is that right? Sugarcane, cotton, coffee, jowar, and the groundnut. So these are all the Kharif crop varieties. Please verify, students. These are all the right varieties of crops. So what are the Syed means? Watermelon, muskmelon, and cucumber. Summer season varieties. Rabi crop means wheat, peas, rubber, and barley. Kharif means sugarcane, cotton, coffee, and jowar. And the groundnut varieties are known as Kharif crops. Shall we touch the submit button? Yes, all the crops are placed in the correct boxes. So next one is, yes, what is the next things? Yes, we want to match the varieties. I think this is tea. Is it? We want to match the tea. And next one is wheat. Yes, and then sugarcane. Is this sugarcane plant, tea plant, wheat, and then maize. Yes, these are the maize, and then rice, and then bajra. So this is wheat, this is bajra, and then maize, tea, sugarcane, and rice. Taught the details. Yes, this is the second most important cereal crop in our country. Rabi crop variety. It requires the cool growing season and bright shine at the time of ripening. So this is the details about wheat. Second one is bajra. Grows well on sandy soil and shallow black soil. Major producing states: Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Haryana. So next one is maize. What are the details? It is a crop which is used both food and fodder usages. It is a Kharif crop variety. It requires the temperature between 21 to 27 degrees centigrade and grows well in old alluvial soil. Next one is tea. Good example for the plantation of the agriculture. It is one of the important beverage in all places. It introduced the in India initially by the British people. The major producing states are Assam and hills of Darjeeling and the Jalgiburi districts, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. Next one is sugar cane. It's a tropical as well as the subtropical crop. Okay, so it grows well in hot and humid climate. 21 to 27 degrees centigrade annual rainfall between 75 to 100 centimeter. Last one is rice variety. Yes, in our country is the second largest producer of this crop in the world after China. Yes, the China is the first producer of rice variety. So it is a kharif crop which requires high temperature above 25 degrees centigrade, high humidity, and the annual rainfall above 100 centimeter for the rice crops. So these are all the details about the major crop varieties. Okay. I think students in this simulation is very useful and related to our topic also, is it? Okay, so please go through all the topics in today's session. Yes, what are the details we learned today? Agricultural practices and then basic practices of crop production details. Okay, is there any doubts? We will discuss in next session. Okay, thank you, students. Jai Vidya Shakti, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.